Well, howdy guys, welcome back in. Benix on this lovely Friday afternoon. Well, howdy guys, welcome back in. Sorry, little sound interference there. So today we're going to be finishing the Thieves Guild quest line, which will be quite the task, and then we'll be simply taking care of some other loose ends and stuff, but nothing much. Get everything set up here. Okay, got that taken care of. So now we're raring to go. Okay, so we're in the middle of the quest for Calcemo's notes on the Falmer, so that we can translate Gallus's journal that Carlia discovered in the old Nordic tomb we just exited, where we fought Mercer. Well, where Mercer actually stabbed us with his blade. And all that. So now we're questing for a way to translate Gallus's journal, and we need to steal Calcemo's notes on the Falmer to do so. So now we're in the Dwemer Ruins behind the Dwemer Museum that Calcemo has in Markarth. We're not supposed to be down here, so we're trying to avoid any guards who will become hostile immediately when they see us, and we will get a bounty if they should find us. So we're having to sneak through and find different ways of going about this place. So now, I think we just passed a couple of guards. Yes, we did. So now, oh, it says level up is available real quick, so. No, wait. I think we'll go with magic. Okay. Trying to be as balanced as I can. Always give a nod toward health at the beginning parts of the game, but I don't think it matters. Okay, I think we actually went the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. Yes, okay, so down here, if you actually try to traverse through this gaseous area, it will actually start to kill you pretty quickly, so you gotta find a different way of going. Venturing further into the Dwemer Ruin. So this is where these two guards that are patrolling this little hall here, they were talking about how people got killed down here, and that's what they're talking about. I'm gonna kind of side-eye this person, and when they turn the other way to go walk back down the hall, I'm then going to go through this door here. Okay. So now we're in. Just need to make sure we don't see any more. There's a guard. So we need to go where that guard came from. There's that door over there. Okay. Now there are some guards. No, crud. Okay. Alright, well there's some guards down there, and Calcemo's nephew, actually, I think, or son. I think it's his nephew. So I'm going to turn this knob here, or this wheel, and it will actually activate both the spinning traps and an explosion down there, which will cause them to leave. So now he's gonna hightail it. So we're good to go. Now we just need to avoid that spinning blade, which will absolutely wreck us if we touch it. And make our way into the actual laboratory. Oh, yeah. I don't think we actually needed either of those keys. Now that I think about it, we actually have them. And I don't think... Yeah, it is. Enchanting. Oh, my word. Forgot we need to level up enchanting at some point. Like I said, I'll do that off air. And a chest. No. Necklaces are always good. I always take jewelry. It can be enchanted later and worn underneath armor. Okay, so this is where we're going. This is the doorway to the laboratory. Okay, this is actually the area where we will make our escape once we get to the notes of the farm. We're going to go down that way and make our escape. Continue up, and this is actually the laboratory. Calcelmo's tower. So, there's no reason to sneak right now. There's nobody in here. But as soon as you transcribe the Falmer text, guards and Calcelmo's nephew will appear and immediately start searching for you. So we need to take a piece of paper and a piece of charcoal, which are both in abundant supply here for some reason. And then we're going to transcribe this this tablet right here, but we're going to sneak because they're going to come in right as we do it.
Accidents like this don't just happen. Someone is trying to sabotage my uncle's research.
All right. If there is a thief, he won't leave this tower alive. But shouldn't we inform Master Calcelmo?
I'll deal with my uncle. Just go. Scour this place from top to bottom.
There's no need in trying to be brave, in my opinion. I'm just gonna try to out-sneak them. Like I said before this whole quest, a leveled up sneak is just absolutely awesome. Okay. So I'm just gonna ride the waterfall here, which is the way you're supposed to escape. You come out like right behind the blacksmith. Alright, so we're good to go. Now we can just take our stuff back to Enther in Winterhold.
Malish will beat me if I stop working.
That sounds horrible, but we'll get into that later. Alright, back to Enther. Back to Enther we go with the transcribed notes. It's a lot more difficult than it should have been to get those notes transcribed.
I don't deal with any college applicants these days, so don't bother asking.
We'll be back for the College of Winterhold. Okay, there's Calcelmo and Carlia, who's just always around.
Back, eh? And was there something else?
This should help translate Gallus's journal.
I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask how you obtained this, so I simply won't. A rubbing, eh? Odd. I expected notes.
It's quite the tale.
I understand. Now, let me take a good look at this. Over here, please. This is intriguing, but highly disturbing. It appears that Gallus had suspicions about Mercer Frey's allegiance to the Guild for months. Gallus had begun to uncover what he calls an unduly lavish lifestyle replete with spending vast amounts of gold on personal pleasures.
Does the journal say where this wealth came from?
Yes, Gallus seems certain that Mercer had been removing funds from the Guild's treasury without anyone's knowledge.
Anything else, Enther? Anything about the Nightingales?
Yes, here it is. The last few pages seem to describe the failure of the Nightingales, although it doesn't go into great detail. Gallus also repeatedly mentions his strong belief that Mercer desecrated something known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
Shadows preserve us. So it's true.
I'm not familiar with the Twilight Sepulchre. What is it? What's Mercer Frey done?
I'm sorry, Enther. I can't say.
I do love the way he
All that
asked
matters is
that.
we deliver your translation to the Guild immediately. Farewell, Enther. Words can't express.
It's all right, Carlia. You don't have to say a word.
What indeed has Mercer Frey done? What indeed?
He was a scholar, a master thief, and a natural leader.
Whoops.
Everyone respected him and followed him without question.
Listen, all I want is the truth to be revealed to the Guild. They respected Carlia, and she deserves better. Do whatever you can, and I'd consider it a personal favor. If you ever manage to gain entry to the college and you find trying to rid yourself of stolen goods becoming a burden, come visit me. I've been known to handle items of questionable interest from time to time, and I'll see what I can do.
I'll take your stolen stuff. Okay, so let's talk to
If you
Carlisle.
have further need of
We must
me,
hasten to
find
Riften
me in the
before Mercer can
college.
do any more damage to the Guild. You've come this far, so I see no harm in concealing it any longer. The Twilight Sepulchre is the temple to Nocturnal. It's what the Nightingales are sworn to protect with their lives. Everything that represents Nocturnal's influence is contained within the walls of the Sepulchre. Now it seems Mercer's broken his oath with Nocturnal and defiled the very thing he swore to protect. I felt the same way when Gallus first revealed these things to me. I think given time you'll understand what I mean. As a Nightingale, I've been sworn to secrecy regarding the Sepulchre. I know the Guild doesn't do much to foster faith, but I'm going to have to ask that you continue to trust me. I'll make for Riften and scout the situation, see if I can discover what Mercer's up to. When you're ready, meet me at the Ragged Flagon. In the meantime, I wanted you to have this. It belonged to Gallus, but given the circumstances, I think he'd approve. If the Guild isn't willing to listen to reason, you might have to.
I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you find, and I'll see what I can do.
So this is what we just got. The Nightingale blade. It's a pretty decent blade, especially for early on in the game. It's got a pretty decent enchantment on it, which I will show you in just a second. But it looks really cool. I love the way it looks. So the enchantment absorbs 15 points of health and 15 points of stamina per second from the target, which is really nice. And of course, that enchantment levels with your character level. But the problem with it, the little drawback is that the enchantment runs out real quickly, so you have to just continually fill it with soul gems, which can be done, you know, if you have the Black Star of Azura. So that's nice. But yeah, it's a really nice enchantment. It just runs out really quick. But I'm not going to use it right now.
The mages don't let us.
I'll keep it as an if necessary
Esther says it's paused
weapon.
because the college makes lots of bad things happen. But the mages I've seen are nice.
The mages you've seen are nice, because the mages I've seen are not nice.
I'll sell just about anything.
JK.
That's worth my time.
Sort of. So we can't use the old entrance because since Carlia is there at the Thieves Guild, it's going to make it to where we're not really welcome to go through the old entrance, so we have to go through the front door again. Having Carlisle back there is a bit of a controversial issue. So instead, we'll just do this. These dudes are still here.
I'm glad you're here. I think some of these people are beginning to suspect who I am.
You think?
Are you ready to face the guild?
No.
Keep your eyes open. I'm not sure what to expect when we enter the cistern.
A lot of water. Some pretty ratty looking... Oh, I'm sorry. Some pretty old looking pillars and such.
Well, looks like you're fitting in well down here. I'm supposed to allow you to trade in one of your pieces of guild armor. So what will it be?
Oh, forgot about this part.
Of course. Otherwise it wouldn't be much of a reward, now would it? Your new piece will enhance your skill beyond that of the original. Trust me. Are you sure? Once I exchange it for you, I'm not taking it back.
I go for the
Unless you wanna
cuirass
sell it
normally
at a
just for the
discount,
extra
of
carry
course.
weight.
Okay, there you go.
Speechcraft is sometimes nice, but my speech is at 100. I don't really need lock picking because, my goodness. So, carry weight's the best, in my opinion.
You better have a damn good reason to be here with that murderer.
Please, lower your weapons so we can speak.
Because, you know,
that you've all been
we
misled.
can't talk if you're holding a dagger.
No tricks, Carlisle, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Now what's this so-called proof you speak of?
I have Gallus's journal. I think you'll find its contents disturbing.
Let me see. No, it
We're talking about
Can't
some
be.
speed reading here, my friends.
can't be true.
Speed reading levels
I've known Mercer
100.
too long.
It's true, Brynjolf. Every word. Mercer's been stealing from the guild for years, right under your noses.
There's only one way
Get
to
wrecked,
find out if
Brynjolf.
what the last says is true. Delvin, I'll need you to open the vault.
So it's true, you've turned traitor. I can't believe it.
What in blazes is going on? Are you working with Carlisle?
Alice was looking into it before he was murdered.
How can Mercer open up a vault?
Look at that dark elf whore, strutting around like she's innocent. Her
Wow.
open from gullet to groin.
How dare you bring that Dwemer bitch here?
Darn.
What's she all about? Use your key on the vault, Delvin. We'll open it up and find out the truth.
I've used my key, but the vault's still locked up tighter than a drum. Now use yours.
It's gone. Everything's gone. Get in here, all of you.
Man. Mercer cleaned this place out. Goodness.
The gold. It's yours. It's all gone.
That son of a bitch. I'll kill him.
Vex, put it away, right now. We can't afford to lose our heads. We need to calm down and focus.
Do what he says, Vex. This ain't helping right now.
Fine. We do it your way. For now.
Delvin, Vex, watch the flagon. If you see Mercer, come tell me right away.
Like, you know, Mercer's just gonna wander back in here. Hey, friends. Oh, by the way, I stole everything.
Brilliant, fight. Let me get.
Don't give me that startup line.
Before we begin, I want to
Look,
make two things.
before I help you track Mercer down,
One,
I need to know what you learned from
infiltrate this
Carlia.
rat hole of the guild.
I mean,
Do you
everything.
think you're here to replace me?
Mercer killed Gallus, not Carlisle.
I feared that was the case. From that last entry in Gallus's diary, it looks like he was getting close to exposing Mercer to the guild. Anything else?
Gallus, Carlisle, and Mercer were Nightingales.
What? Nightingales? But I always assumed they were just a tale.
Carlisle's
keep
like,
the young footpads in line.
Dude, I told you not to tell
Was there
anybody.
anything else she told you?
Carlisle was behind Gasglow and Honningbrew.
Trying to make Mercer look bad in front of Maven, eh? Clever lass. Was there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Then I have an important task for you. I need you to break into Mercer's home and search for anything that could tell us where he's gone. Aye. A gift from the Blackbriars after they kicked the previous family out. A place called Riftweald Manor. He never stays there, just pays for the upkeep on it. Hired some lout by the name of Vold to guard the place.
I'll
Be
take care of
careful,
it.
lass. This is the last place in Skyrim I'd ever want to send you. Just find a way in, get the information and leave. And you have permission to kill anyone that stands in your way.
Yay.
Good question. I've only set foot inside a few times myself, and that was in Mercer's company. If you can get past his trained watchdog, I think your best bet might be the ramp to the second-floor balcony in his backyard. No, it's some sort of crazy contraption Mercer commissioned for quick escapes. I'd wager a well-placed shot at the ramp's mechanism would lower it in a hurry. Huh, that'd be Vold. A real piece of work, that one. Mercer's holding something over his head, keeping him loyal. Talk to Vex. She used to know him very well, if you catch my meaning.
Ooh.
Careful at
Alrighty.
Mercer's place. I don't want to lose anyone else in that matter.
Well, I'm not going to talk about it with Vex because my speech is at 100, so I can just tell him to walk away.
I dare Mercer to come back here.
I dare Mercer to come back here.
Huh?
Oh, why'd you follow me out here, Sapphire?
I dare Mercer to come back here. Sets one
I
foot
double
in
dog
this,
dare him.
I'll cut it off.
But he's not going to, so. Howdy.
Lightly armored means light on your feet.
Sure. This is our friend Vold here.
This is Mercer Frey's place, and he don't like visitors. Now go away.
I need to get inside Mercer's house.
No visitors. No way. Now piss off before you make me mad. You ain't got enough coin to make my problems go away. Unless you can talk to Maven Blackbriar into letting me out of my debt. You try and set one foot in this yard and I'll cut it off.
This is the only one that'll work, by the way.
But I can't leave here. I'm supposed to watch his house. What do I do? Wow. Sure is nice of you. Here, hang on to the key and don't let anyone in.
LOL. This man is just gonna walk away from the house and leave me here to guard it. I respect that. I do. Dwarven arrows? No, we're not gonna waste a dwarven arrow on this. Friend? Now let's see what fun awaits us inside the house of Mercer Frey, one of the most notorious thieves in all of Skyrim. I bet there's a bandit or a thug on the other side of this door. What do you know? I was right. Okay, let's go with glass since I have 108 of those buggers? Love how I just never saw me. What could that be? That's sticking arrows into my chest. Okay, and there should be another girl around here somewhere. Or guy. I think more along the lines of a an archer slash mage. Ooh. No? Oh well, I thought. A statue of Debella. How interesting. Yeah, there she is. But I'm not going to go up there. We'll go straight on down to the room. Now, you'll get to this part in this house, and you'll notice there's nowhere to go. So, search the wardrobe. We can't activate the door. Search this wardrobe. Ooh, a panel. Now this is where Mercer Frey turns into booby trap master and starts booby trapping everything. So just know that you have to watch out for these fire pressure plates first of all. So we'll walk in this pattern. Oh, I'm dying.
This is the end.
Ah. Alright, let's down a few potions and see if we can shake this off.
Where are you?
Where indeed.
Guess it's all clear now. Hey, someone has to take it, right?
Yeah. Turns out I didn't need to eat or drink the potions, but oh well. Okay, now where were we? Yeah, so go in this pattern across the things, the little fire pressure plates. I heard one go off and I was like, I didn't miss. I didn't miss. Pressure plate there, so just sidestep that. There's a chest always up here. There's just some random loot in it, level loot. Now these will start swinging at you immediately. It doesn't matter what happens. Now, go down this hall. This is the door to Mercer's office. These will shoot barbs at you, so as soon as you open the door, take a quick step back. And just let them exhaust themselves. Then you're good to go. Go in here. Take the map. Take this if you want to. It's a note. No, do not read this. My goodness. This is the infamous book. Take the gold. Take the jewels. Not the ball. chest. And then the main attraction is this. Now it's an expert log, so, you know, to each their own. But I always find this really nice to grab. This is Chillrend. It's a pretty nicely leveled glass sword. I'll show you the enchantment real quick. Target does 20 points of frost damage, chance to paralyze the target for 2 seconds. So it's a pretty decent enchantment. I really like the paralyze effect early on. It's a good one to grab. Then we'll make our way out of his house into the Ratway Vaults.
What was that?
I don't know. Go to the Ragged Flagon. And then make an immediate U-turn.
We've scoured the town and I've spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good and set up for life. Agreed. He's taken everything the guild has left, and to go after one of the last greatest heists is just an insult. I've spoken to Carlia and made amends for how the guild's treated her. Now she wishes to speak with both of us. Quickly, we have no time to lose. Until next we meet, lass.
I love how he says, let's go meet with Carlia, then it's like, until next we meet.
Quite a bit of coin on the line, and the last two you set up fell through.
I don't understand.
This is an absolutely fascinating conversation these two have.
Just better hope this one isn't another waste of my coin.
Got a minute? Wanted to say something.
Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a Nightingale, an agent of Nocturne.
And it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing, and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
Alright, so we're going to become Nightingales, apparently.
My own to make. I'll meet you at the stone.
Now that's just like right outside of Riften, so there's no need in really fast traveling anywhere. Just go right outside and then run out the gate. When if I've already completed Dragon Rising, a dragon will spawn right outside it when I go out there. Legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
City got attacked once by those damn bandits. Come east across.
There's Dirge? No, wait. That's Maul. The brother of Dirge. Dirge is actually the bouncer to the Ragged Flagon. I think you like speak to him once if you care to. How pretty. So pretty.
I'm glad you're here.
What's the significance of this place?
This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. This way, please.
So this is Nightingale Home. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just a myth was seeded within the guild on purpose. It helped divert attention from our true nature. What's wrong, Brynjolf? I can almost hear your brow furrow.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Brynjolf. It's business.
This place has seen its better days. Which is always kind of sad. I always feel like there should be a way to improve this place.
Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there. Probably show on the road.
Now it's time to don. Wow, okay. Just like not wearing any clothes. Let's go ahead and get those clothes on then. Dum-da-da-da. Yes, and we do have a mod going on right now that improves the Nightingale armor above what it usually is to make it a little bit more practical. Bow damage on the hood is something I never understood why it didn't exist with the Nightingale armor, but you know, so anyway. That's another mod that I'll be showing off when I do the mod video, but that is just not having bow damage on the hood in the metagame. It's just, I don't understand it.
Ready for the oath?
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
Okay, then just press the... Okay, that was quick.
You appear ready for the oath.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
Proceed down the hall to the gate when you're ready.
Just that. Ooh, we do not need that steel sword. Cool! We leveled up yet again. Wait. I only want the dagger so I can disenchant it, but still.
Okay, lass. We've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a Nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a Nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturne at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a Nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal?
Yep.
Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle.
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
See, I, being the skeptic that I am, don't think that Carlia actually thinks that we need to become Nightingales to give us an edge in the fight against Mercer. I actually think that she needs to make up for the fact that she was the one who let the skeleton key get stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre,
Trust the lass and take
and she wants to make amends to Nocturnal by offering us a sacrifice, and we're just kind of unwitting pawns in that scheme. But we'll look fire, so there's no reason to really question it. And this is absolutely a wonderful outfit. Probably my favorite in the game. You can mix and match with the Dark Brotherhood armor and make it really, really quite cool.
I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth, Your Grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Well, got used. Oh well.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the Guild's vault without two keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal, and in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, potential becomes limitless. Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence. And whether you
Which is what's kind of happened to the Thieves Guild at current time.
Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner.
Let's go.
Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts,
it took me
Mercer's
all of 40
treachery
seconds.
has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do. Maybe even one of the best. But it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it.
It's about time you asked.
Ha! Spoken like the leader of the Thieves Guild. Just don't lose yourself in the role. We have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation.
I accept.
Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead.
Then let's get to it.
I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the Dwemer Ruins at Erkenthand. Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lass. This will be a fight to remember.
So you don't actually get to become master of the Thieves Guild until after you do the reputation quests for the Thieves Guild, which are 5 quests of any sort in each of the main holds, not counting Morthal and Dawnstar. So, and actually not counting Riften either. So, we'll go back and look at the Ragged Flagon after this is all over, but you'll see that there is actually a place for 4 shops in the Ragged Flagon down next to the Thieves Guild. Well, doing the 5th quest in each of those reputation quest lines will unlock a shopkeeper who will come down and enter the Ragged Flagon, and it'll help to start restoring the Thieves Guild. Now, I got to get to this place here. I guess Whiterun's like the closest place, almost. So, I'll fast travel to the Whiterun stables and then just head out from there. It's going to be a bit of a hike. But, oh, and there are bandits outside too. But I've got like a ton of arrows, so we'll just have to kite them. Sharpshooters to the ready. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my handy dandy horse here.
In all of Skyrim.
Not that horse. That horse. Oh, such a beautiful time of day. Ooh, just now discovering these farms. These farms are a great place to harvest wheat, which you will need to harvest in order to, well, actually, I was about to say to level up your alchemy, but you don't actually need wheat to level up your alchemy. What you need to level up your alchemy is, wait, creeper cluster, a giant's toe. No, you do need wheat. I think it's a creeper cluster, giant's toe, and wheat. Yes, that's how you level up your alchemy, because that's one of the best potions you can make, and it also sells for quite the pretty penny of gold. But the only reason I really ever level up my alchemy, outside of just needing the perk points, which you don't really need because you can legendary skill trees now, is to The reason I level up my alchemy is to do the Fortify Restoration Potion glitch, just because I like to have fun with different types of items and stuff. And by the way, horses can just about trot over everything. But I'm not going to be doing the Fortify Restoration Potion glitch in this stream, so there's no need to even worry about that. For those of you that don't know, the Fortify Restoration glitch is a potion you can make that singles out a bug in the game, or a glitch in the game that's never been patched, where by making a Fortify Restoration Potion you can actually increasingly... Sheer point. No? Oh. Yeah, so this is a place to come if you ever want to fight a dragon and a dragon priest at the same time, which we'll do later. Anyway, so the Fortify Restoration glitch, it accesses a glitch in the game that allows you to make a potion that will increase your restoration, which will give you a stronger skill in whatever you have equipped, and you'll have Fortify Alchemy gear equipped if you do it correctly. So instead of making alchemy potions that are 16% stronger like you do in the meta game, or, well, actually this is all metagame stuff, but instead of making potions that are 16% stronger, you drink one of those potions and it multiplies the 16 by 16, so you're making potions that are 100 and something percent stronger, and then you just keep drinking and drinking and drinking until you get to just absolutely ridiculous numbers. You know, 100,000 points stronger, percent stronger, and then once you drink enough of those, then you go enchant gear, like a dagger you can enchant to do chaos damage of over 7,000 points, and it's just a one-hit wonder, and it gets pretty broken. That's how you can absolutely break the game. But then, as many people have pointed out, and one of my favorite YouTubers, ESO or Danny, pointed out, it just ruins the game. So, alright, let's not play games with these guys. We're going to try to just make my way as quickly as possible past all of them. Yeah, I didn't even see me. And when I say quickly as possible, I'm still going to sneak, because there's a good chance that even though my eye is open, they still haven't seen me. This guy will, though. Now I'm going to run. See, I always save my level ups just in case I ever start getting hit with arrows and then fall to my death like that. Gosh. So that when you need a really back... when you need a super saver and you don't have potions and stuff, you can always just come level up real quick. Like this. Whew. And it just instantly restores your stamina. Or health. I should not have stopped for this stuff, because they wrecked me. Oh no!
Speak, elf.
What now?
My greed. If I had kept going. But I had to stop for the chest. For that OP Amulet of Debella. Ooh, that's a long way back. I'm sorry, guys. I'll save this time more frequently. There's a wall, which is the outer limits of the city of Whiterun, which this mod. An orc in dwarven armor. He really wants to have a go. Spider horse, spider horse. I think that was just a hunter. But I do get nervous when a man approaches with his weapon drawn. Or a woman, for that matter. If you want to discover a sheer point. So that when I'm collecting the Dragon Priest masks, I can come back there fairly quickly. Now, I'm going to this time disembark and try to descend upon the top uppermost part of the Dwemer Ruin, which is right there. That's what you have to do. And this little bandit camp that's outside of it, it covers... Whoa, no, do not go down that way. That's insta-death. In fact, this bandit camp has kind of like a winding path that you have to follow in order to get to the long rope bridge that you have to use to get to the entrance. Look at that dodge skill. Don't you dare fall over the edge. That's for killing me while I was streaming. Sword of Blizzards. I'm not gonna take that. Now we can loot this chest here. Restoration. Can disenchant that later. I'm not gonna bother with the dead gum chest because it's not gonna have anything in it that I even care about having. Alright, so this is the entrance. Like I said, you have to climb and climb and climb rope bridge after rope bridge and finally make your way up to this entrance here to the Dwemer Ruin that will eventually lead to Mercer Frey. But first you have to find Carlia and Brynjolf. Looks like old Mercer Frey's been here before. That's an expert lockpick, but I'm gonna pick it anyway. Oop. See if we can do that again. Nope. I'm not going far enough. There we go. Blacksmith filter, that's good. Flawless garnet, good bound of gold. Lockpicks, sneaking. I don't know if I have that. Creative potions, yes. I don't necessarily need a staff of dispelling. I don't think we're going to be fighting any danger anytime soon. Okay, now I'm just going to sneak past anything that I come across. Should be coming across an operational dwarven sphere. It's not, oh, Dwemer oil is really important to get. I haven't ever concerned myself with Dwemer oil until I realized how effective. Nope, I'm not doing this. Not playing this game. I'm just walking past. Until I realized how absolutely incredibly effective the spiders from these Dragonborn DLC are that you can make in the little machine that you find over there. They're absolutely incredible. Those things. You can make spiders out of dwarven oil and albino spider pods that you can carry around, throw, that it will immediately begin leaking oil, and then they will explode and ignite the oil. And so wherever they have leaked the oil, and hopefully it's like around enemies and stuff, that will immediately engulf into flames. It's actually really cool. And a pretty decent thing to have on you.
Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late. We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
Yeah, there's that surprise. I did not really think that maze would kill me like that. So that's a little shocking. Huh.
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late. Brynjolf, we have to catch up to him before it's... We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
Okay, now I think there are there are a couple of sneak perks I was going to try to grab. Don't trigger pressure plates and silent roll. It's one of my absolute favorite perks. Okay. So when you're sneaking like this and you press the button for sprinting, it'll roll you. So you'll do this, but if you have your weapon drawn or your bow drawn, like I do, it'll do a continual roll. So you'll just it'll eat through your stamina. Just continue rolling and rolling and rolling, which I find to be extremely useful. Now in this room there are a ton of Falmer and I think spiders at the end, so I just try to sneak around as always. We have to flip these switches that are across the room from one another, and they're kind of timed so that if you don't make it to the other one in enough time, it will forget that this one flips. So I'm going to flip this real quick, then I'm going barrel roll, all the way across the room. And then flip this one real quick. And that'll open that up down there. That gate will open. Now we can drop down on top of this tent here. And thusly just sneak our way past the farmer. Now we're gonna make our way up this pile of absolute rubble. This is just a complete farmer infested Dwemer Ruin down here. Dwemer Ruins are some of my favorite places to go. Now they do at some points get just really irritatingly thick because there's so much to cover, so much ground to cover. So I understand why a lot of people just find them so tedious, but I find them to be just so fascinating. The Dwemer lore in this game is some of the greatest lore in all of fantasy, in my opinion. Oop, I hit him. Open the door! And now I'm doing the equivalent of just running away. Carly and Brynjolf will take care of me. Now there it is. I'm being watched. Mercer's been this way. Now there is a Dwarven Centurion down there, and they will usually have Daedric arrows on them, a Dynamo Core, and a Grand Soul Gem. So if you're needing some heavy duty arrows, if you're needing a good Soul Gem, yada yada, it's good to try and take him down. I do need a Grand Soul Gem because I need all the Soul Gems I can get, but I'm not going to do that right now. In other games that I do more lazily or casually, I'll just ram into them and waste all of my resources on the fight. But for this one, it's a no-go. Alright, so I'm going to make my way further into this realm of darkness.
This must be their hive. I'll have to keep silent if you want to avoid drawing their attention. Even the farmer don't deserve the pain these implements must have inflicted.
It is incredible the cruelty the Dwemer inflicted upon the Snow Elves. Doesn't make me like the farmer anymore. I just still find them just awful, but it's just the cruelty that the Dwemer inflicted is just beyond the pale.
As long as we get to Mercer.
I'm just gonna sneak roll around all this junk. There's the whole farmer camp there, just FYI. The amount of Falmer and Charis in this particular ruin. Ah. For low levels especially, it can be absurd. That's such a mega nope for me. Nope. This is not what I'm about. This is what I'm about. The showdown, the fight with Mercer.
He's here. He hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's getting by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade.
Give me the key, Mercer.
What's Carlia been filling your head with? Tales of thieves with honor? Oaths ripe with falsehoods and broken promises? Nocturne doesn't care about you, the key, or anything having to do with the guild.
To blazes with Nocturnal. I'm here for the eye.
Wait a moment. Do I detect a hint of genuine avarice from this noble thief? Perhaps Carlia and Brynjolf misjudged you, and your true nature is no different than my own.
The difference is I still have honor. I don't like that line. I don't care about honor
Never see the
as a thief.
key as I do.
I do care about honor as a companion. Another
Wealth.
thing.
Instead, you've chosen to fall over your own foolish code.
Or at least, I don't care about being honorable to Nocturnal, I suppose. If anyone falls, it will be you, Mercer.
Then the die is cast, and once again my blade will taste Nightingale blood.
Yeah, wait, what?
Carlia,
Oh, no.
I'll deal with you after I rid myself of your irksome companions. In the meantime, perhaps you and Brynjolf should get better acquainted.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Ah.
Damn you, Mercer. Fight it, Brynjolf. He's taking control of you.
I'm sorry.
I'll find you. Can't hide from me. Breathe your last. Is that the best?
Okay, so he's extremely overpowered, and I'm gonna die. I'm not sure how to reconcile that. Oh, whoops. Okay, then. I think I'll try the Nightingale Blade for 1,000, Alex. Maybe I'll dual wield Chillrend and Nightingale Blade and see if that works.
He's here, and he hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's getting by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade. What's... Nocturnal does... Then it appears... Our actions have all... It's clear. Instead, you've chosen to fall over your... Then the die is cast, and once again, my blade will taste Nightingale blood. Carla...
Let's try this, the Chillrend. And the Nightingale Blade. At least the Nightingale Blade will take some health back from him.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Damn you, Mercer. Fight it, Brynjolf. He's taking control of you.
I'm sorry, lass. I can't.
Okay.
I've killed Legion.
Mercer? Oh. Not going well. Thus far.
He's here, and he hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's getting by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade. What's Carl? Nocturne doesn't care about you. Revenge is... When will you open your eyes and realize how... It's clear you'll never... Instead, you've chosen to fall over your... Then the die is cast, and once again, my blade will taste Nightingale blood. Maya, I'll deal with you.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Damn you, Mercer. Fight it, Brynjolf. He's taken control of you.
Sorry, I can't.
Reveal yourself.
I think I'm going to be super cheeky here, and for the purposes of the stream, just lower the difficulty for a sec. I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I don't feel like taking all day on this fight. Now, come get some from a super overpowered, less difficult Mercer Frey. Where the heck did you go? This invisible thing from him is just irritating. Oh, paralyzed. Nice. Okay, that was really low. I don't normally do that kind of thing, but I just wanted to get through with the fight. Honestly, I'm just not. I don't think I'm highly leveled up enough in the right things. But anyway, so you take the Falmer Eye, the Skeleton Key. You can take the Bow of Thunderbolts if you want, but I'm not going to take that because you get a much better bow in like 5 minutes. Amethyst, a few emeralds, sapphire, a bunch of gold, a bunch of potions, a bunch of stamina potions, another Eye of the Falmer, ruby, glass arrows, an ancient Nordic arrow. The Sword of Devouring, which is nice because I can enchant that for absorb health. Alright, and then there's no way to get out of here except for drowning. This is actually how the Dragonborn dies. So you will die here when you drown and then come back to life as a ghost. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I didn't pull anybody. So you actually wait. Ooh, we'll loot this Falmer while we're just suspended here in water. You actually just wait for the room to fill up with water and then swim out a hole that appears in the ceiling. You'll go right over this Falmer's nose and his forehead and into that crack right there that will emerge. It's amazing how much blood there is here. Man, the Dwemer really were just some absolute jerks. But yet they were extremely interesting jerks.
it's over. 25 years in exile, and just like that, it's done. All that remains is to ensure the safe return of the skeleton key. I'm afraid it's not that simple. When the skeleton key was stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre, our access to the inner sanctum was removed. The only way to bring it back will be through the Pilgrim's Path. It wasn't created for the Nightingales. It was created to test those who wish to serve Nocturnal in other ways. As a consequence, I have no knowledge of what you'll be facing. Brynjolf is needed back at the Thieves Guild to keep order while you're away. And I can't bear to face Nocturnal after my failure to protect the key.
Which you already
you'll have
did.
to face the end of your journey alone.
So, this is kind of a cheap way of getting out of it, TBH.
Take this with you. I'm not certain if it will help within the walls of the Sepulchre, but I certainly don't need it as much as you. I've had this bow almost my entire life, and it's never let me down. I hope it brings you the same luck.
The Nightingale Bow. The Nightingale Bow is a really nice bow, and that's why I was like, I'm not taking that bow from Mercer. So I'll probably start using this bow. Freezes for 20 points and shocks the target for 10 points. So it's a really nice bow to get.
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do.
Now,
We'll speak another time.
This is the end of my Thieves Guild run because I'm going to use the skeleton key for a while before returning it. But we'll do the Shrine of Nocturnal quest after a while. It's pretty cool, actually. It's one of my favorite places, the Twilight Sepulchre and all that kind of stuff. And you do get a pretty interesting power out of the very end of it, so it's really cool. But I'm not going to return it quite yet, so this is actually the end of my Thieves Guild run. So next stream, we will be doing... We'll go ahead and start the Dark Brotherhood. I just like to get these two quests going. I think they're more fun at lower levels, even though I really wasn't highly leveled enough to kill Mercer there. But I think they're more fun at lower level. Oh, speaking of which, I think I already did this actually. But next time we'll start the Dark Brotherhood quest line. Yeah, and get that going. I don't know how much we'll be able to do in just one video, but this was a little bit longer video. I try to keep the videos to around an hour. I just don't want, I want people to be able to watch and not miss too much, and if they just want to stop in for a little while, it's fine. It's up to who, whatever people want to do. But that'll be what we're doing next time. So we're going all stealth at the beginning, and this character is gonna be basically a stealth or thief mage. So that's kind of the build I'm going for. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're just finding a way to entertain yourselves. A little something fun to watch. It has to do with Skyrim. I just love Skyrim so much, so I just always wanted to stream videos of it, and that's just what I'm doing. I'm not worried about viewership and all that kind of stuff. But if you find it kind of interesting, I would love a like or a comment on how you think it could be better and all that kind of stuff. So like, comment. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. I'll just keep doing Skyrim videos and other types of videos, and so you'll be able to watch them whenever I do them. But thanks for coming in, guys, and I hope everybody out there is having a good and blessed time out there.